All the pictures that you just saw were straight out of camera with a film recipe. And if you like how they look, I will show you how to do it right now. What's going on, guys? I just wanted to quickly come on here and talk about a new Fujifilm recipe that I've been trying lately. So I just made a trip to Portugal with my wife, and I decided to try one film recipe that I've been seeing online called Pacific Blues. I saw a couple pictures of that Fujifilm recipe and I just absolutely loved it. I decided to try it on my trip to Portugal, just shoot in one film recipe the entire trip. I shot in JPEG plus RAW, but I never used the RAW files anyway, but just to have a backup. Along the way, I tweaked the recipe to my own taste. So it started out pretty well, but it was pretty harsh look, so really deep shadows. I will put the recipe up above. The shadows were even darkened, bumped up on this recipe, and that just gave it a really contrasty look, which was just a little bit too much for me. If you take a look at the recipe, you have the classic negative film sim with a dynamic range of 400, grain effect strong and large, both the color chrome effect and the blue effect strong and strong. White balance is at a Kelvin value of 5,800 with the reds to +1 and the blues to -3. That one I kept, so the white balance is safe. Highlights were turned down -2 and shadows were bumped up +3. So that's a pretty big bump up, really dark shadows. Color was bumped up +4, and then sharpness was turned down -2, noise reduction -4, and then clarity -3. And that's about it. Now, if you take a look at my recipe, I will show you pictures up above of one of the pictures that I took in Portugal, so you can see that my recipe is a little bit different. As you can see, I turned the grain effect off. It's just something that if it's ingrained in your footage, you can't really take it off, but you can always add it if it's not there. So in the beginning when I shot Fujifilm, I played around with grain, you know, not really strong and large, but weak, small, stuff like that. But then when you open the pictures up on your computer, you could really see the grain, and sometimes it looks really nice, but sometimes it just doesn't really look that great. And I wish I hadn't shot that picture with the grain, so I just leave it off. The both color chrome effects are at strong, so the classic negative film sim. And then if we take a look at white balance, it's the same, 5,800 with the reds at 1 and the blues at -3. And then the tone curve, really important. I turned down the highlights as well. It's what I usually do, -2, so I have a nice roll off. But then shadows, I even brought them down, -1. So first day in Portugal, I realized that the film recipe was just too harsh for me. It was too contrasty, too much shadows, you know, and it just was not organic to me. So I changed it, and I'm glad I did. So that's one of the first things that I changed, I think. Color was a little bit too rich for me, so I brought it down to +2, which was a nice medium to me. Sharpness, I shot everything with a Cinebloom 10% filter, so that already takes your sharpness down a bit. And I noticed that some of my pictures were just, it wasn't like a soft effect, it just looked like they were not sharp in some pictures, and I don't really like that. You want to have a soft organic feel. You really want to get that sharpness through even with a soft organic feel, so you can see that the picture was meant to be shot in that way. You don't really want to have a picture that, you know, somebody will say, oh, that's a nice organic feel, and another person will say, yeah, that picture just doesn't look sharp to me. So I brought that to 0. So 0 on the sharpness, the Cinebloom filter will take care of that, and that's that. So 0. Noise reduction, I kept that at -4, and then clarity, I put that at 0. So that's another change that I did, and that's it. And as you can see, you know, from the pictures that I'm showing right now, this is the look that I got from these pictures. If you like the look, just give it a try. I really like this recipe. I talked about a previous recipe up above that I shot last summer in California, which is a really warm recipe. I think the Kelvin is like 7,000, and it's a really nice look. I shoot in that film recipe regularly to this day, so that's one of my favorites. But this is another one that I wanted to try, and I really liked it, but I tweaked it to my own taste. A little bit less harsh, you know, less contrast, softer, more pastel-like colors, which I really like. And yeah, that's basically it. So all the pictures that you saw were shot on this film recipe, straight out of camera. And yeah, if you like this look, give it a try on your Fuji camera. I think this one is for the sensor for the XS10, the X-T4, the X Pro 3, the X100V, and then the X-E4 and the X-T32. So all the cameras with that sensor has that recipe, and then you have another Pacific Blues recipe for the newer cameras, the X-T5, the X-H2, and the X-H2S. Awesome recipe. I saved it in one of my custom settings, along with the summer recipe by Joe D'Agostino that I talked about in that previous video, another favorite of mine. So those are two go-tos in my opinion. If you want that really warm look, you can try that recipe that I talked about before. And if you want a little bit more true to life, a little bit more of a neutral color profile or a film recipe, this is a really good one. The white balance is really close to daylight, not a really big shift there, just a little bit warmer, but true to life, but just amazing colors and amazing dynamic range. So also guys, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that I don't really ask you to subscribe or like my videos or anything like that. It's not really my style, and I've been gaining a few subscribers and a few likes and reactions on my videos anyways. But I've been seeing so many people talk about call to action and it being crucially important to grow. So I just want to try it. So if you like my videos, please like, subscribe. I've seen that almost 96% of people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. So something isn't adding up. I think I have more likes on my videos than I have subscribers. Doesn't really add up. So if you like my videos, you probably want to see more of them. So please subscribe. I just want to keep track of the analytics of this video. So if it works and I get a ton of subscribers on this video, then you bet I'm gonna be doing it in all my next videos. So if you like my content, if you like me, please subscribe and like. It's super important to me to grow this channel and maybe get monetized and make more videos for you, better videos, and to just grow and be a content creator. So I'm super thankful for all of you that already subscribed and like my videos. I've been getting a ton of reactions and I'm happy to help. So if you have any questions for me, drop them down below and I'm happy to answer them. And it means a lot to me. So thank you very much, and like and subscribe and we'll see. So anyway, on to the next one. Thanks. Bye.